All right, so now we are at the desktop phase. Excuse me, man, I've been talking all day. So we're just going to, I mean, this should hopefully be pretty easy, honestly. We're just moving a few things around. This will be interesting, and then, just doing the footer. So hopefully, getting this all set up shouldn't be too bad. So let's see what we got here. So, excuse me, man. So let's do our 1024 pixels. So, yeah, we got some work to do here. So this looks like course styles. It's not starting until, let's see, small desktop. There we go. I had to refresh. So we have to get rid of hamburger now because we put it in the nav bar and it's not being hidden anymore by the mobile nav when we hide that. So now we got hamburger. I'll just put this at the top. All right, number one, that's gone. Let's see, number two, we also need it. So right here, let's see, a side nav is a nav bar menu. Where do we got this border bottom? Okay, background transparent. Side nav is transparent. Is it a before? I think I have a pseudo element, right? Yeah, it's before, body before. 675. So let's get rid of that. Okay, and we also need to get rid of that box shadow. Get a box shadow somewhere. Let's find out where. On the nav bar. There it is. Okay, so nav bar menu, which is right here. It has a box shadow on mobile, so we just need to remove it here. All right, that gets rid of that. Now, let's figure. Hey, where is this button at? I think I need to. I think there's an overflow hidden, hiding it. There it is. Oh, overflow visible. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if it's on sidebar. No. It's still in there, right? Or let's scroll up here. So here's our image. And where the hell did this button go? Oh, here we go, donate. Oh, that's right, we removed mobile wrapper. So I have to I need a new logo group. I'm gonna copy this. And where this logo is, it needs to be the logo group. Or I gotta figure out why this is behaving the way it's behaving. So I'm gonna go back to iPad. Okay, so mobile wrapper. If I just get rid of it, if I remove you, And then mobile wrapper is at 1024, so that's going to be 608. So if I just get rid of this and keep that, I think that's still doable. Okay, all right, I can work with this. So I need this. This is going to be my container. So let's find out how big it is. Is that side? It is 1030, so 1030 wide. So I mean side by side menu, nav bar menu with 100%. Let's do, let's see if it's on nav bar with 100%. Let's do max width of 1030 pixels. And left 50%. Transform, translate X, negative 50%, because it's absolutely positioned. So the margin left and right auto won't center it. So I have to center it by the old school way, which is setting its left position to 50% and transforming it 50% the other way, which centers it. So let's just test this. It's not working. Nav bar max width. Oh, maybe because I have 1200 pixels down here. This is overwriting my max width up here, so demonstrating the cascading style of CSS. Now this should be 1030, but you are not behaving. This container let's see, we got a container messing things up. So it looks like it's mobile wrapper, mobile nav contain. Okay, so this is the mobile nav. So I want to touch, let's see, mobile nav. So we're going to do that's 1030, and then I want to do padding 0. Okay, now that is 1030. Okay, let's go back to our 124. So what we want to do, because it's going 100% the width right now, and that's not what we want. Nav bar. I'll do width of 96%, so that it gives me a little bit on each side. Okay, and then the same with the sidebar, side mobile nav, max width. So now I want to do width 100% or 96%. There we go. So 983 and 983. So now they are the same. This needs to move over. Yeah. So that's going to move over. So right away we need to set a margin, or there it is. So we have a margin right on this thing. We have 62 at 679. So let's get rid of this. So that goes to the edge, close to the edge of its container. Now, let's find out. So from the top of this to the top of this should be 90. So let's take our navbar menu. Well, let's put this after margin auto, which we don't need actually because it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is bumping, but the mobile nav isn't bumping. So mobile nav here, margin top 90. Is that really? Okay, looks like these are aligned at the top. So this line right here, this isn't aligned. So we actually could remove this on margin top 80, side nav UL on 494. That is, okay, oh yeah, that's going to be in other. So we got to go to side nav. See, we have side nav UL, so we're going to go one above. Margin top 0. Okay, and I think we have a line item center on the side nav. So 693. And we want to be flex start. Right? Just trying to find out why is this. Line height 50. This is 65. There's, yeah. Okay, let's get rid of padding on these guys. 740. So got rid of padding. Now, why else are you still sitting here? This is the UL. The UL. This is sidebar menu. Why are you I can't figure out why this is sitting like this unless I need to do it on the nav bar. Because this isn't in the side nav, it's in the nav bar. No. So my only option is to just say screw it and move you. Translate wide, let's do -50. That's about at the top. Now you are way too big. So let's make our, okay, so this is the one where we gotta have our button. God, I can't wait to get this nav part over with. Okay, so I want to target send nav UL button. And I want a background of black. I want a height of 50. Width of 140. Border radius 25 pixels. Half of its line height so that I can get a little pill. Text align center. And so there's that right now. Color white. There's our button. And it's not in line. I think I gotta do on top LI, side nav UL LI, line height 50 pixels. Yeah, if I make it the same line height, then they get centered now. Except this 50. Why is this 56? Let's go on the UL height 50 pixels. Maybe that'll solve that. There we go. Now these appear to be out of line. It's not exactly centered and it's bothering me. Well, I think I gotta get this. This is a bold. Okay. Let's at least get that figured out. 752. Okay, let's get that bold up going. That footer button, this needs to be the same. So we got to target our L, side nav UL LI, UL LI, Facebook. Height 50 pixels, width 50 pixels. Okay. I guess they look even. And namely, I think we gotta that's the top. So 792 tall. So we need our hero. Let's close you up. Our hero at 1024. 792. And that means our container has to be the same way as well. So that those go at the bottom. Oops. Okay. And then I need this one. So we're going to make you auto. So you're going to be however big you're supposed to be. I don't think I can do that. I have to set it. Let's see. 316. Is that really what you're supposed to be at? That's 230. Oh, pixels. Okay, that's better. But it's not fitting. $7.92 tall. This is $7.92. Okay, so why is this off? $5.69. This is padding top. Oh, this padding top is pushing this down, so that's okay. We need that. Now I'm just trying to figure out why this isn't working. Did I get it wrong? That's 792 pixels right there. So that means this should be 792 pixels, which it is. But this is still too tall. Oh, maybe I gotta do a height auto? Is that a problem? No. What is happening? Maybe I'm using the wrong one. I might be using the wrong one. This is 230. This one's 316. So if I export this as a JPEG, let's just do landing. Okay, if I switch out this image, instead of about Kent, I do landing. That works, because I'm using the wrong damn one. Alright, now let's see how this changes on mobile. Let's see how this screws everything up. Okay, what's this nonsense? Okay, here. I don't know what this is all about. Why did this all of a sudden not look right anymore? I don't get it. So I just gotta make everything happy again. Whoops. I need your bottom value. -65. Okay, let's try pluses. So I think we gotta go back to, because I know we have a different one for this one. I'll zoom in. Actually, that's fine. -73. Okay, so that solves that. Landscape. Okay, we gotta fix landscape now too. .5. Okay, that's resolved. iPad. A little big. So if we go to landing, width, we don't want that. We want 230. Or let's do 280. Just a little bigger. Yeah. And then we go to here. Okay, that's where we are now. Man, I mean, for such a simple website, it sure is complicated. Man. So let's get this. Let's get this spacing going. So between you and you is 47, and we have 50. That's close enough for me. And so got this padding showing the active. Let's go back to my side nav A. Where's that at? Let's add that padding anyway. Let's just keep that. And then except for you, button solid. There we go. And I need to make the slashes. So what I'm going to do to make these slashes, so I want the side nav A first and second shot. Yeah, first and second, right? Yeah. So we're going to copy this. And div type 1. So I'm going to get the first instance and the second instance. I'm going to do this with pseudo elements. So I want the after. So I'm already using a before on one of them. So let's just copy our pseudo code. And make this 0. How big is this? About 2.5 pixels. Let's just say 2. Let's say 3. 3 pixels wide. Sorry, 3 pixels wide. Height. Is 30. Let's do height of 30. And let's see what we'd have to do to straighten you out. So 20 degrees. So let's do a transform, 20 degree transform, rotate 20 degrees. And let's skew 10 degrees. Let's just see what that does. I want to do a right value of negative, if it's 50, let's try 20 pixels. Top 50%, and then let's do a transform, translate Y, negative 50 to center it. So there's our slashes. Doesn't appear to be working very well. Let's try nth child. No, that doesn't. That's not anything specific either. I'm wondering, is this just because? Interesting. What the hell? So it's still, it's not doing what I want it to do. So let's do this. Let's export this as an SVG. Yes? Just a second. I gotta look for a phone. Okay, I'm back. The wife was knocking on the door asking if I saw her phone. So now I just got to figure out what the... Like, okay, so this is here when I am in the inspector, but it's not here. Like, it's still doing this. Oh, it's zoomed in for 200% for whatever reason. Okay, thank God. I thought I was gonna have any more. I thought I was gonna have more problems. Okay, so because obviously, so these are attaching themselves to the other ones. So what I need to do now is, let's see, zoom in. So instead of targeting these, what I need to do, I need to go into the navigation, and I need to target them individually. So this one's going to be that a class of slant to these two, and then we're just going to do slant. Oops. Slant before. There we go. And then dot slant, position relative. There we go. So now we got our slants. And we're going to actually, we're going to remove these. We're not going to rotate anything. Instead, we're going to set, I'm going to set a pseudo as a background element. So instead of the background being black, now it's going to be height of 30, width of 13. Let's just do 13. And contain, when you do background size contain, it basically, whatever height and width you set this as, like whatever box you create, it will contain itself within it. It will not overlap. And then this is preventing it from repeating. So this is basically just creating a little pseudo box with a background element that positions itself in the center of the box, that contains itself within it and does not overlap and does not repeat. So slant, and oh, there we go. So let's do right now 25. That should be halfway because they're it's 50, so it's 47 here, but it's 50 in mine, and this is about halfway. So that's That's what that is. And now this needs a margin right of 10, which it has a margin. This LI I have to fix. So this LI is going to be our button LI. And let's do this at the LI. So dot side nav dot button margin right of 10 pixels. So that'll fix that. And also we have to add a hover state. Where are you at? Dot button solid. Where are you adding in here again? 729. Okay, so we're going to take this. We gotta have hover states on our desktop. Hover. And we're just going to do the primary color. So when we hover over it, boom. But also, we don't need this underline. I think that's going to be on, is that on the LI? Oh, I think it's getting an active menu class, so I have to override it with important. No. Okay, so if I hover, nothing. I have to hover over the link. And now it has oh, this is it before. Got it. So I'm going to take this. And that'll remove that. There you go, that'll fix that. I think this has to move over. So let me see here. So inside of here, we're going to have this. This is going to be its own little mini container, right? So what do we got here? We got our background image, our Kent. Okay, our hero container. I think this is, where's the edge? There's the edge. Okay, I think it's safe to say that this is 842 wide. So we need to go to our hero container on small desktop with, and what was that again? 842. And then we gotta do margin left auto, margin right auto. So that should bring these guys in. Okay, so that means this, our landing, so we need left auto, margin left, 0, because remember the way we positioned it. And now this is where I want it to go to the right of its container, because I made a container specifically for it to nudge against. So now we're 842, so now that is where it's supposed to be. And this background image, 30%. So here's our background. Now I'm getting a text message for McDonald's. What do I want to eat? to put a pause on this video really quick while I decide what I want to get for lunch. My brother is going out to get food, so it's time to eat. And I just eat cheap and dirty, get some McDonald's. So I will have another awkward cut on this video while I think about what I want to, what disgusting thing I want to put in my body for McDonald's. So, all right, I'll be back.
Without absolute positioning. And the way that I've come up with
this issue
is this will be its own block level element. This list will be like this unordered list will be it's going to be a list. It's not going to be a group of divs or a group of spans. This is going to be a list so that they can be grouped together. So this will be one. Oh, this will be one. This will be two, and then this will be another block level element. And then we're going to have back at the top. I'm going to put that right here. So this will be by itself, and this will be in its own little container, I guess. This will be by itself, and then next to it will be the back to top. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the order property of Flexbox. So this will be, this container will be basically, they'll all be inline. So I'll just make these inline blocks, and we'll position these as they are in the DOM. So this will be the first one. And then in the HTML underneath it will go this. In the HTML underneath it will go this. And in the HTML underneath this will go this. So over here, we set order to this one. It's going to be Flexbox, Flex Direction row. So we're going to go in a row, and we're going to be Flex Wrap, so that it wraps when it overflows its container and continues on the next line. And we're going to set this order to 1, so this stays in 1. This order to 2, so it will be number 2. This order, like this UL, will be order number 3, which will put it in the 3rd spot. And then this hidden back to top button will be order number 4, which will be this spot. So that's how I'm going to do this footer section. As I'm kind of planning it out, because when I look at this and I look at this, I'm like, how am I supposed to translate this? Like, this is, these guys they couldn't be farther apart in the desktop design, and now I got to bring them together in the mobile. So that's just, little challenges like that will present themselves. And the more you know about your tools like Flexbox and the order property, the more you're able to do. And we're able to do that without any absolute positioning or any any poor coding techniques. Like, you don't want to absolutely position your entire website. Back when I first started, I'd like, oh yeah, I could just absolutely position these things anywhere I want. I don't have to worry about the DOM order or wherever they are and trying to solve these problems. I'll just position them wherever I want, and that was a freaking nightmare. That was the worst website I ever made. Good thing it was when I started. So this is what we're going to do. I freaking love, gosh, this transformation. Like, just look at this and look what he did here and how he spaced everything. So what I'm going to do here is these guys are going to be their own little flex container, right? This will be in this container. So this picture will live in here, and these will be separated. So when I get to here, again, we're going to do Flexbox. We're going to make these pictures right here, like width of, I don't know, 40%. And then we're going to justify them to Flex Start, so to the left. So we're going to push these to the left. This will be with 100%. And then this is going to be up here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position absolute it. And I'm going to make it, right 0. And then bottom like negative, I don't know, 100 or however much this is. And just push this down. So it'll stay on the right side of this container. It'll fill this space. And then I could just make these guys, make this width 100%, make this width, I don't know, 150 pixels, whatever this is. And these will be positioned as they are in the HTML. So we don't have to do any weird positioning. These are just in order. This will be, out of the normal order of the HTML and the DOM, because we're absolutely positioning it and forcing it somewhere. But that's fine. That's how we're going to do this. So. Yeah, I just wanted to go over that kind of planning stage just to give you guys an idea of how I like to
So let's try and do that.
go at a problem like a design problem. How to translate these, like how to, when you start mobile first, how do these two work together to create what you see? And that's part of the puzzle. I mean, you're not shown what the pieces are. You have to decide how the pieces fit. And that's the tricky part about web development and when web design is just trying to make something that can work for both mobile and desktop. But yeah, let's enough theory. Let's get cracking. So I'm just gonna leave this open. Like I'm gonna be going back and forth when I do mobile and desktop. So I got my style here. We're gonna split you down. Extra.
Class equals.
And then we're gonna when we get our HTML, see it's spilling over. We're just gonna do Alt Z, and that makes it nice and inline. We don't need you, so we get some more space here. And if you're not familiar with my CSS techniques, what I like to do is I make my some of my different sections, like join and qualities, and learn more. These different sections will have their own CSS sections. So what I like to do is I wrap everything in their own media queries. So this is obviously for mobile. This is for tablet, small desktop, and regular desktop. Why do I have this min width 0? Well, I want it to collapse because when I have a whole bunch of code, it just gets messy, especially if I do all one line of mobile in my CSS, and then after that I do like hundreds of lines of tablet. After that, then hundreds of lines of desktop. It becomes a little bit of a nightmare to maintain and add sections somewhere, because then you have to copy and paste something and put it in. Put in the mobile, and you scroll all the way down, put it in the tablet, and scroll all the way down, put it in the desktop. This way, I have all of my media queries for each section right next to each other, and I can collapse them. So like I can have hundreds of lines of code in these, but you won't know because it's collapsed. And when I want to access one, I just click this and access it, close it. And you'll notice on the right here, it's a lot easier to see where you are in code on your website. So you can just jump to different sections of your website very easily. This is, I started doing this recently, and I can't imagine ever not doing it anymore. So once I start actually coding with it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then I got to add these mobile ones to this. These don't have our mobile sizes. There we go. Just got a couple of those to get started. So we got our landing right here. I guess the first order is to get our navigation lined up. Okay, so this is over here too. So, gosh darn it. I just started. Hold on, I gotta take this call to the wife.
I wish I didn't have this stupid donate button here.
Alright, let's try this again.
I could just use a footer logo. Yeah, screw this.
Yeah, wife needed me to help put some little ones down to sleep. So we got, let's put it on our nav. So we got a button up here.
And this is where my logo.
And on desktop, it's also right there underneath the logo. So what I think I need to do, so we got our image here. This is our mobile logo inside of our mobile nav, which is it's this thing right here.
And then,
so what I want to do, we're not gonna do dark mode on this one actually. So let's just comment this out. Okay, we're not going to do dark mode. It's a campaign website, and look at the thing. I mean, doesn't really need dark mode for.
So I just gotta flop these. I gotta flip-flop these. Here. Logo group. So I need navbar. Dot navbar menu. Dot logo group. High position relative. Z index 1000, 10,000, whatever. Okay, so I can touch that, I can touch that. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about any of them not being able to do anything. And so donate is on the bottom here. Why are you on top? I can't explain why this is doing what it's doing right now. Okay, so here's logo group. So this is logo group. And for some reason it's not the same height. Am I missing something? Okay, .nav display block, cool, but for some reason you have no height. This image, because the image is position absolute from the navbar image. So I need, because now it's an image inside the navbar, so it's going to get that. So I need to set image to position relative. So that image is now taking up space. This is now nav logo. I'm wondering why is it. Here's nav logo, here's image. Okay, so I got all these. I gotta reset the left and the width and the top. So top is auto, left is auto, and then width is auto. Okay. Now I think they're. Are they okay? They're inside the same box now. I'm just gonna figure out why this image. This is 171. I need it to be 192 wide. So let's do this. 192 pixels. Okay, and there's this. And then I want to do margin bottom of 15. I got to display block it first. Display block. Maybe I just want that on the nav logo. For some reason that's not working. So let's get rid of this. I think we're gonna keep this. There we go. I just, instead of putting it on the image inside the link, I put it on top of the link. So I put it on this, the nav logo, instead of putting it on the image inside of it. So now I think that's working as it should. And that's got a margin top of 90 as we want. But then these, okay, that's the top of that. So at the top of that, the button needs to be reaching the top of that. So I see this button. The top of the button and the top of the logo need to be even. And they are. Cool. All right. Wonderful. This is the home page. Woo! All right. Finally. God bless it. Now we just got to adjust this. So these images should be 240 tall. And we're going to go into here. Join images. There, I had to blow something off the keyboard. Okay, so that's exactly how it should be. Now we got to get these guys. What's their container width? Okay, it's going to be 170 max container. So these images, this container, it's under qualities. Do width of 96%, margin auto, max width 1070 pixels. Okay. Oops. I want to make sure we're on 1024. Okay. All right, and now we're going to work with these items. So this quality item, we're going to use flex display, flex, justify content, space between. And then I'll put them there. And what I need to do is for the items, because they're right up on their butts, right next to each other, let's just do a width of 29%. Give them some space. Let's try 26. A little more. Yeah. Ah, geez, but this doesn't work. Let's try 7, 9, 8. $30. I guess we'll have to live with 30. I'll live with 30 for now, with 30%, and then a max width of, how big are these guys? 295, 295, 295. Okay, so max width 295 pixels. So when I do that, these will stay a width of 30% of its container until the container, like when it grows, these will stop at 295. So right now they're at 294, which, dang, that's pretty close. So then when I grow this, they're not going to get any bigger. And then because the container stops at 1170, oh, actually, that's another problem. They all have margins on them. Let's try margin. Yeah, we got to zero out that margin because it was pushing against the container. So there you go. That's a better spacing. 024. That's a little better. I can live with that. Yeah. Oh, I just hit the microphone. Sorry, everybody. So from the top of these containers is 180. And this is 100, but it's not at the top. So I need a little more on the qualities. Because if you see the graphics, they're not exact. So this is 100, this line with the green stops. That's 100 pixels, but we need 100 pixels from the top of this guy. So padding top, let's try 130 pixels. And I think I'll live with that. What is going on here? Do not have a padding bottom? 80 pixels. Okay, 80 is what was in here. Now, let's make this. So I think we're at the right time. So let me see. Can I get away with it? I'm just trying to think. So we got this width. So we only have 1024 to work with. but oh, no, 1,000 actually. So if I do this, I'll just barely have it if I squeeze them together a little bit. So let's try it. Let's do this. Here we go. So this is a container. Max with 1100. Okay. So this is learn more, 64. Learn more. I need to reset the background. Transparent. So that's gone. And width 100%, max width 1000. And then I wanted that H2 before. There it is. And let's see, my H2, you need to be text align left. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to set this and this inside a container and have them be display flex, justify content space between, so they go nudge up to the left and to the right of the container. I'm going to set this before. Oh, food's here. Food has just been delivered because I didn't want to cut while I'm explaining. So I'm going to set this before to be like 3,000 pixels long, so it's going to extend past the body. And since I have overflow hidden on body, it will just chop off right there. And then I'm going to make it. I think I'm either going to skew it or. I'll probably make the H3 have a padding. If I zoom in here, if I give it a padding top and bottom of 66 and 70, and then I set the height, and I make this overflow. No, I can't make this overflow hidden. So I'm going to have to skew whatever degree this is. So I'll have to skew my before. So here's what we're going to do. So this before, I'm going to show you real quick. Width of 3,000. So you see it's long. And I want it to go left of 50% and out margin left. It's negative 2,000. Because I want it to be, I don't want it to grow with the size of the screen. I want it to be positioned in a very specific spot. So that's why we're doing this again. So there's that. Now let's get this, let's display flex direction row. I think I need that. Justify content center or space between. Yeah, push it to the edge. Okay, so that's where our button is. And I think you get some margins. Let's get rid of this margin. Learn more A. 0. Interesting. Line height 60. Let's try that. Okay, now I gotta find out what you're doing. Width 200. Okay, some reason I had to set the height. I don't know why. And then I think we gotta get rid of your margin. And then we want them to be centered. So align items centered. So we want them to be centered with themselves inside the container. Great, so this is the container. It's 1,000 pixels wide, so we can move the before over a little bit. 11 180, 40. Let's do 100. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform it, and I'm going to skew it negative 10 degrees. Let's see what that does. Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. It appears this transform okay, so if I do that and we skew it just so, I think that's about where we are. So if I add the skew, it looks like I gotta have a whole crazy 26, 41, and we're gonna skew 17 degrees. So the before, actually, how big do you need to be? 208 tall, so height 208 pixels. Is that centered? So I think I want to, let's see, 50%, transform Y, negative 50%. So there, that should be centered. That's slanted. I gotta wait. I think I know how I'm gonna figure this out. So I got this. All right, and we're going to rotate it until it fits. It appears it is 21.5 degrees. So we're going to go 21.5. And there we go. That's exactly what it should be. And there's that. Cool. So now when it gets bigger, these guys will stay in their container. This will stay doing what it's doing. And I think we're good. So we're good with that section. And with that, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to eat my disgusting food and probably feel really bloated and fatigued afterwards, but it's what's for lunch. So I'm going to eat my McDonald's, and then I'm going to get back to it. So another awkward cut coming in. Okay, I'm back with another awkward cut. So now let's try and figure out, let's get this situation looking the way it's supposed to be looking. So right away, so this is supposed to be 820. So we go down here. We're going to be in story now. And I want this container. I think story container is going to be the same for all of them with 820. At 820? I don't know, that's 600. Max width, alright, max width, 820 with 100%. There you go. So, oh, we gotta get rid of the padding. Now, I'm trying to think. So if our container, it looks like it's pushed, it's off-centered by a little bit. Let's see. So if my container is 1,000 wide and it's centered right there. Okay, that's center. Then, so how is this built? This is story. Okay, so we got our container here, with our heading and all the good stuff. But we got a 1,000 pixel wide. If we have a 1,000 pixel wide container and it fits in it, it looks like it is pushed. It's pushed to the right. So this isn't exactly centered. So I think I need to make this. Okay, we're going to be targeting story instead of both of them. We'll be doing one of them. Gosh, I think on this one, inside the container, I need to make a wrapper. Whoa, there we go. Inside the container, copy. I need a wrapper that has everything. So now this stuff is contained in its own. We're going to be doing that same thing again, where this is contained within a wrapper, within a container, and then I just do a margin right of 0, margin left auto, and that will push them to the right. So max width 1,000 pixels, and then we're going to do story.wrapper. We're going to do width of 820 pixels, margin left auto, margin right 0. Of course, I have to save. Okay, so there's that. So this container is this big. This wrapper is not. Oh, I got it. There's another wrapper class for whatever reason. So we're going to do story.container. No, let's just do story wrapper. Because apparently that wrapper class is taken, so we got to do story wrapper. That's better. And let's get these guys situated on the opposite sides. So it looks like we got our, okay, so our heading. Here's our heading. So let's take this, and you're inside of the container and inside the wrapper, so you go under the wrapper. Let's do display flex, flex direction row, and then space them between. So there's that. I want them, so right now they're aligned at the top. I want them aligned at the bottom. So align items. So we're going to do flex end. Oh, and this span has a margin bottom. We have to reset. So margin 0. Okay, so now because when we use it's flex start, flex end, flex end match. So we're going up and down in align items. So up and down. Start is at the top, end is at the bottom. And in justify content, if we wanted to do it, excuse me, McDonald's, flex start would be on the left, flex end would be on the right. So it's going from left to right, top to bottom. And now, so this heading needs a margin bottom of 50. Push that down, and then our Kent story, 8 pixels. This is too far down. So story heading before, bottom is -20. That's a little crazy. -8. I think that's what it's supposed to be. And then you guys. Supposed to be font size 20, line height 26. So my P's, we're gonna do so span. Oh, again, I have to make these. Oh no, I want that story. That story heading. That story. Okay, that's cool. So now I'm just targeting all of these. Started P, font size 20, line height 26. So I want to target both of them in this one and this one. All right, now where are we getting this tall? So 100. This is 100. But this also has a big padding on it. So I want to remove so story. Let's try a padding top of 80. I just gotta shrink this down a little bit. Let's try 70. I'm just eyeballing that one. And so now we got our chair back, right? We gotta put our chair on it. And story.chair. All right, so there's our chair. We gotta finagle it. So it's position relative. So first of all, we have to do position absolute. And since it is position absolute, so we have to do story. Has to be position relative. It's container. It's immediate parent. And I want it to be left 0 and a width of 310. I'm just thinking how I want to do this. Okay, so 310. 310 divided by 1440, which is 21%. So width of 21.527778%. Let's just get really exact here. And then height, it's going to be 100%. Interesting. I don't think we want 100%. 746 is the max, looks like. And then top 0. More. Let's remove that padding. Oh, whoops. We're going to do it on here. No, this is 1024. That's not enough. 30, 50. Okay, padded by 50. And on share, background repeat. Looks like it's repeating. No repeat. What's happening here? Oh, this is another one. Are we doing 2 of them? Okay, I just want to do one story.chair. Is there another chair in this one? Is there a chair in issues? This is the one chair. So let's just do 100% again. I just want to know what this is doing. Oh, we got another one. We have another story after learn more. strategy. Oh, this is chair. Why? This is Kent's story. Okay, so this is this one. This is this one. Where's this other? Is there two of them? Oh, that's right. This is the image inside of it, so I gotta remove the image. That's why. Actually, why do I have an image in here? I'm not using it. Okay, so it looks like this has a margin bottom 100. Okay, that's 100. Was it 110? 110. So my CTA story.cta. Okay, margin top 110. And I do padding bottom 0. Oh, never mind. I want to do that on story. So that this lines up nice and neatly. And then this is overlapping. So I think I'll just make this smaller. I'll make the wrapper smaller. Instead of being 820, let's try 750. Just to take into account for the smaller screens. And then okay, so this one appears to have the same container issue. So this needs to be in the same container as this. So in our CTA. I'm just trying to think how this. I'm trying to think through how I'm going to build this. So I got this section. I think it's got to be the same deal as this one. So I got to have a wrapper around this. And the CTA has to be the container, much like this one, and I push it over to the right. So I'm going to save this here, and that's going to change everything. I have to go back. Okay, so this, because I took away the, I added a wrapper. Now I have to add, oops. So I have to go back to here. Instead of being CTA, it's going to be CTA wrapper. There you go. So I can everything that was supposed to be on the parent is now on the new parent. And let's just make sure that works. Tablet. So on tablet, looks like I gotta. That's going to be CTA wrapper now. There we go. And here we are on responsive. So now we got to do the magic on desktop. So we're in story here, not strategy. Story. Okay, we're on CTA. Now I need it to be a width of 100%, max width of 750, just like the section up here above. No, wait, 1000. And I need its background to be transparent. And then I need CTA wrapper. Okay, that's going to be width 100%, max width 750 pixels, margin left, auto, margin right 0. That's going to push that to the edge over here. I think I got to do margin auto. So I center that. There we go. Now we're centered, just like this one. And I gotta do this. This has to be okay, left centered. So now I have to arrange these. Actually, I don't think I have enough room. I think I need to keep them right there because I don't think I can't do this yet. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is 890. This is way bigger than well, no. 890. Let's figure it out. Let's see if we can make it work. So inside the wrapper, display flex, flex direction column or row, and justify content, space between. Now I need grab you, story CTA H2, which is now inside the wrapper, which goes underneath here. I need a text align left. And then I need order is going to be 2. Actually, I think I want to do just this one. So I get a target with just the ID. Order 1, and your width is going to be 180. That's 30. And that's 30. I gotta figure out how to make this work. So maybe I just this is 904. So maybe wrapper needs to be 904. Chair Z index -1, so we need to put that behind. This is okay, so my H2 has padding on it that I need to get rid of. Padding 0. God, you know, it's like technically it looks like it should work, but it's visually not. Like, here's our screen. So this is where our screen is at. Yeah. That's because this is 820. This is technically like this big, and this is that big. So I need to make H2 smaller. Let's try a width of like 600. Margin 0. Okay, so now they're on the edge here, and it looks like story CTA wrapper. Where am I getting this background color? Okay, it's on the wrapper, so I need to do background transparent. There's that. Now let's do this pseudo element. It's learn more H2 before. There we go. Learn more H2 before. We're going to steal this. What is it? CTA H2. There we go. We're going to do hash story dot CTA position relative, and instead of being negative, oh, did I forget the content? I forgot the content. Did I forget a lot? Like, what the heck? Yeah, we're missing a lot. Wait a minute, that's not the one. Oh, that's right. I had to go to that's because a lot of this was already done. So now I just have to take this and jump it into here. So whatever, okay, whatever's duplicate. So get rid of that, get rid of that. Left, get rid of that. Top, get rid of that. Bottom, get rid of that. Transform, get rid of that. So there's that. Now let's do a positive. Let's see, where are you at now? Okay, there you are. So negative 1,000. Okay, no, we don't want to do that. Negative 6. So if we want it to do it the other way. So we want you to skew negative. Okay. And I want the corner to match up. Actually, what I think I need to do, because this is not going to work, I need chair, because you see it's moving, right? It's moving away from its spot, and we don't want that. So I need to set left 50%, transform, translate, less 50%, sorry. Margin left, negative 100 pixels. Let's just see where that takes us. So width, we're just going to ignore that now, and we're just going to do 400 pixels. So there you are. And there we go. So I need to move my before over. This is not touching the ground. I'm just trying to figure out, let's do CTA wrapper. Padding bottom 80. Almost there. 76, 5, 4, 3, oh, 4. All right, that's perfect. And now let's move over the chair. Oh, wrong way. I'm looking at the wrong. Jeez. 670. I want you to go more. 710. 30. 2. Right there on the corner. Okay, so now these guys, when it grows, this is going to grow. This is going to stay here. This is going to stay here. And everything is as it should be. My dog's going a little nuts outside, so I gotta go get him. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Looks like the dog went outside the backyard when the door was open. That's all good. It's a closed backyard, but then somebody closed the door and then he realized his mistake. So, here we are at this key issues. So this is 820. This is 820. That means whatever this has, however wide this is how wide the other one's got to be. So if this is 750, this got to be 750. So we're going to go down. So issues is at the bottom. So my issues container, max width of 750. And then, let's see, we got 100, 110 on top and bottom. Issues, padding 100 pixels, 110. There you go. And that section is done. So we got this, now we got these guys, the split one. So let's get that started. It's a strategy. Okay, how did I got this? How do I want to play this? Okay, so I got my left section and my right section. So it looks like they're going to be 50%, 50%. And then I guess I'll put this margin right and this a margin left. So let's just start writing and see what happens. So strategy. So I need dot left. Whoa, no, I don't even need that. We're gonna do display flex direction row, justify content center, and then we're gonna do whoops. Strategy dot left section, and yep, and right section. So we're going to do width of 50%. Now let's see if that. Okay, so that did what we want. So I got two 50%. So I got to touch this now. So H2 looks like we got to get rid of that padding. 0. I think I'm gonna do. Let's see. They're right in the middle. So strategy. Inside, okay, oh, this one, here we go. We got margin to deal with too. Margin 0. So if I do right section, display flex, align items, center. This should center it inside. Okay, and then to me strategy.button solid. So that goes there. Text align left. What's with this indent? Why is there an indent? Because when I remove, when I remove the italic, okay. Oh, text align left. Is this dang thing? That's better. Okay. So they're 50%. So now I want to put padding left. I gotta push this off the edge here. I don't like that. And now, so this is 210 away. So let's push this. But okay, let's get this right. This background. Wise BG. Let's get the background in there. So we need to remove the padding from strategy. And I need to to set a height of 208. And then let's align our items. Center. And then height 100%. This isn't exactly turning out how I wanted it to. Oh, because it's contain cover. Okay, now it's turning into something that I've expected it to. Except now I gotta do how I did this for right section. Actually, let's just do it on both instead of doing it on one and one each. So now they're both in the center. And I want let's give you 100. Or you know what, are you centered in here? I'll take that. Let's do 110. Now I need to, is it strategy that has the background color? Yeah. So I want to take off the background color. Okay, and I want to do the, I want to do that pseudo element again. Here we go, this is the one I want. And we're going to put this on the left section. So here's right section, so whoops. I forgot I could just copy the whole thing, okay. Okay, that's the before. Do I need to, okay, put you on top. Now I want to put left section on top. Because it looks like it's getting cut off. The index 100. There you go. Now that's looking better. It doesn't look better, but you know what I mean. Let's try 1500, 2400. There you are. And we need you to skew the other way. Too much, too little. Getting there. 2674, what about 2704? That feels, no. 2694. That feels a little better. So when this gets bigger, I need to set a width for this. So right now it is 512 wide. So I need to set that. And its margin right is 0, so it should stay right there. But my before is moving. So I think instead of putting the before on the left section, because the left section, as this gets bigger, the left section's middle moves. So I need to make this on the strategy. I copy and paste this and put it underneath strategy. And then I can remove this. this on top. Right there. And then I want to make strategy H2. Okay, you're going to be on top. And then coming back this way, another 30, 40. Okay, it's about halfway. Okay, that I can live with. Now 1024. There we go. So I put it on the when I put it on the strategy, the container where it's centered is consistent. When I move this, it stays consistent. Because as you can see, if this was the midpoint, and then we made the midpoint of the left section here, as this gets bigger, its midpoint shifts. So that's why I had to move it. So this works. Okay, so we got that, we got that. All right, this is coming together. We got this, so that's fine. And now this. I think we can keep it the same way as it is now, except we have too much space up here, so donate. And that brings it down a little bit. Now our footer, we can change our footer now. Yay, I get to do this. All right. Okay. So right away, let's go to our footer. 1024. What do we got? Link group. %. Max width. Looks like it's 1030, so we're going to go 96%. So we still have that space on the left and right. Max width 1030, and margin auto. Okay, so now we got this spread out. Okay, now I gotta figure out how do I want. So link group. Looks like I want everyone to align right. Let's see, I think we got a flex wrap on it, so we want no wrap. Justify content flex end. Okay, and then also we want this list. Display flex direction row, justify content center. All right, so now those guys are centered in there. I need order 2. So the Facebook goes there, back to top, or getting, okay, get in touch. Facebook, back to top. Okay, and so I want footer link group, footer logo. So this goes here. Justify, can I do justify self? Okay, if I set margin right auto, so that goes on that side. Now, between these list items, I need, let's say, 60 pixels. Or what I can do, there should be about 393. Space between, and it'll space them evenly between there in the 393, so they are approximately however far they need to be away from each other. So that's how I use Flexbox right there. I determined how big the box needs to be, and I did justify space between so that they butt up against the edges of their container, and it takes their widths automatically and places the space between them evenly. So that's one of the easiest ways to arrange something, is find out how big the container needs to be and then just justify content space between, and there you go. So I gotta export this slant again. Slant white. And how did I do that? That was so slant before is on line 815. So I'm gonna grab this. And on this, I'm going to add footer slant. One there, and 1 and 2. So 2 slants. So just these guys. So this is going to be F slant, position relative. And it's going to be slant white, and right is going to be negative 35, 45, 40, whatever looks about the middle. There we go. And this is 50 by 50. That's 70 by 70. So we're going to pick you at the end. So I'm going to bring you back down the size. And then back to the top needs to be side by side. Flex direction row. No. Oh, whoops. Okay, that should set that up. And line item center, so I want you to be centered. Anybody have a margin on them? Yeah, you do. Circle caret. Margin 0, so that, okay, those guys are good. And I want you to be order 2. And then you order 1. So we flop their orders. Something's going on here. Let's see. Why is this not aligning in the middle? That's because these have F slants have margin bottoms on them. Footer group link A. Okay, so that's what I gotta do. Link group list A. There we go. And you, oh, now the list, this just keeps going up and up. Margin 0. Just stop having margins, damn it. Okay, what else is doing it? Okay, looks like it's the link group, align item center. This is back to top. Why is this not aligned? '84. Let's see. Okay, so I just have to make it a height of 84 pixels. Okay, and this has a margin right of 42, so the Facebook margin right of 42, and the back to top, it's margin right of 20, the text. And there's that. Okay, and so the footer is 192 tall. And now if I make the footer a flexbox and align items centered, that doesn't work. Oh, maybe I just make a footer top. Footer top 192. Footer top, not stop. Okay, so what is this? What's happening here? Okay, footer bottom. There's that. Now, if I do footer top, make this flex, hopefully, right? And align items centered. There we go. Now I just use Flexbox to align everything within the, so this footer top, right? The only thing that's in it is this container. So there's nothing else for it to, you know, organize. It's just this one child that takes up the whole thing. So when we align the entire container, it's only aligning its immediate child. So it's just making it, you know, align items as vertical. So centered in the vertical axis. And there it is. I made it exactly as high as it should be in the proof. And that's what this is supposed to be now. 70 pixels tall. So I don't think we have enough room to do that. I'm just going to leave it then. So that's our, this is small desktop now. So it looks like we got everything involved here. We got to add hovers to these buttons. Dang it. Why aren't these changing? Button solid secondary. What do I want to change it to? I think I gotta do it specifically because they're in white and gray and other backgrounds. So this one we already got. I know we got you covered. So let's get this one. Learn more. Dang it. I have to close you up. Join. Learn more. So learn more A. Background green. Okay, so that's green. Now we got this one, which is story. Background is going to be white, and the color is going to be black. I'll have that reverse. And then we'll do this one green too. Strategy button solid. Background is going to be green. Cool, that works. This donate button is going to turn green. Donate button solid. All right, there's that. And now these footer guys. Okay, let's group A. Text decoration underline. Is that working? Okay. Now I need the F. So circling Facebook. Actually, no, we're not going to do a background because then I have to change the SVG. Or, yeah, I could. Let's change it to red. And then back to top. So when this is hovered, I want dot circle caret. Oh no, just dot caret. Let's see if this works. Cool. There we go. So now we got our hover states. And now what I need to do is we're going to do our normal desktop. 1300. So I'm just going to adjust this. This background image. I think I have an idea of how I'm going to place this. Right, 0, left, 50% margin left, 200 width, 30 view width. I just need you to go a little more. And maybe 25 or 20, yeah, 20, yeah, 24. There we go. So if I set that there, if I zoom out, if I grow this, because it is set to stay right here, and then I have it set to being 24% of the view width, the entire view width, this should grow and stay in position where it is, but it's not growing as much as I'd like. So 30 view width. Okay, there. When I do that, it seems to stay. But it looks like the image stretches. Oh, because I'm a dumbass. I have it as an actual image. Now I'm just thinking. So let's fix this. Dot desktop. Okay. So since I have background image, it gets all the same. It'll get all the same styles as this one, except I want to do. Let's do desktop remove. So if I go here, so I remove that, and instead, so So on desktop background image, no, I don't want to open Git. Cover. And then, what's that image? Street. There we go. And now it's the background, and it doesn't stretch. It grows with it, and it stays in place. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're at 1300. So that looks fine to me. This should be just fine. This doesn't need to change. Okay, I'm just checking for any overflow. So left or right, no. This is 1170. I think that's what they're supposed to be. 295. Okay. That says 1000. What are you guys supposed to be? About 1000, so 1005. That's cool. Now down here, so this is 1000 when it's supposed to be. So if this is 1000, and this is centered. This is not centered. That feels centered. And is this supposed to be 820? So I need to go to story. Story wrapper. And then that is supposed to be a width of 820. So that's bigger. And now this is supposed to be 105 wide. So if I take this chair, yeah, right there. Okay, so that's negative 179. So I gotta be 105 away. So we have to go left, which is more negative, so we gotta go higher. So 719 plus 105. That's negative 824. That's where it's supposed to be. So story.chair. Okay, and now this little before, we're just going to move you over until your little corner touches. Then do negative 665 pixels. And so you're going to be 30. But you're also going to be 660. Max width 904, I think that's our problem. It's supposed to be 904. Button solid. Width 180, height 60. That's not working. Oh, CTA wrapper, not story wrapper. So align items centered so that this is centered. This has to have a max, so width 660. So it's supposed to be 660 if it's a font size of 30. I guess 662. Just because, I guess. And so that's that. Now I need this padding bottom. To come down. That's perfect. All right, CTA wrapper, padding bottom, CTA wrapper. Padding bottom 68. And now that means before you're coming back to 634. And there you have it. So there's all that. This, we gotta change that to 820. And remove the padding. So there's that. Oh, looks like we got a little extra here. Great. Qualities, learn more story, issues. Let's do that's 26. Focus. So there's that. Where's my focus? Oh, there it is. So focus, I actually want to go to here, all the way at the bottom. extra space there, and these are 20. And these are 20, okay. Okay, so I think we got everybody up there. Right here, I think we need to do more. 169. So strategy button solid. Let's close you up. And that's how far that's supposed to be. So this is supposed to be 420. All right. And let's say a margin right of 100. Let's push you over just a little bit. And that looks about fine. Let's maybe do like 80. No, 90. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, so that's about that size. There's that. Okay, and what is happening? Weird. Gallery does not want to finish. Okay, I just had to set it to 100% for whatever reason. That's fine. Now this is 400 tall. So our before. That's going to come down as such. These are going to continue to grow in their respective spaces until max width of 1240. Let's try this. Let's add a container around this. Yeah, that doesn't make things happy. So what I need to do is gallery needs to be a maximum of 1240. Margin auto. So why is this lopsided? Okay, that's inline flex. So, because I knew that looked weird. Display flex. I do that. All right, now everyone is as they should be. And this before, left, negative 100 pixels, right, negative 100 pixels. Width auto. There we go. I had to reset the width. So instead of having a width, I'm just setting this to be left negative 100 and right negative 100. So no matter what, it'll always be, actually no, let's do 1000 just to be safe for however big the screen gets. Okay. Now let's get this looking the way it should. So it's going to be donate. So I want donate container. Flex direction row. Okay, and then the content. It's going to be 580. Oh, this container is something. So the container that they want to live in, it's going to be 845. So donate container needs to be max width of 845. Okay, and now I just need to get these guys. Okay, and then justify content space between. This donate button needs to be 192 wide and 60 tall. And let's check that font size again. 16. All right. Looks like we had a padding there of 0. I'm going to zero that out. $580. $20. Oh, this is 15. Whoa, here we go. And 26 line height. Something ain't right. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, yeah, that's right. They changed the text. All right. And this button needs a margin right of 0. I knew that was too close. And that's better. So now, margin bottom. $110. That's 100. So gallery. Yeah, gallery. 110. That should also be 110 at the bottom. So donate. Okay, it's a little extra space there. Okay. Now we got this. What is going on here? Why? Why? Because it's part of the container. Wonderful. I think what I'm going to do on the footer in a small desktop, I have an idea. I'm going to use a pseudo element because that's the kind of person I am. So this needs to be 70. And the index is going to be -1, so I can push it. I'm basically putting it underneath everybody. So the footer before will fill in the gaps underneath. Oh, that's right. This is okay, see, there's that. So bottom needs to be -70 pixels. Okay, and now we get to big desktop. So looks like it starts. Oh yeah, it starts way in. Okay, so for while, let's just make this 100. Instead of with 100%, we're gonna go left -100 pixels, right -100 pixels. There, so we're gonna cover up all this. Oh, that's right, height. Bottom, 100, 50, 200. Okay. Why is this scrolling down? Okay, that's not gonna work. Why are you doing this to me? Footer. Footer bottom is inside the container. Why is it inside the container? It doesn't need to be. So let's just take it outside of the container. And it'll be its own thing again, and we can get rid of this and stop BSing around. Okay, I can live with this. Now we go to regular desktop footer. And I want them Okay. Footer bottom. So let's put these in a container. And I want this container to be there's that side. Container's going to be 1030 wide. So footer bottom dot container width 100%, max width 1030. Okay. So far so good. Not so good. Max width. Footer bottom. I got footer bottom, footer. That footer bottom. That container. It's like it's not picking it up. It's still got 1100. Oh, it's got 1109, 1300. So this should be 1030, okay. Now what I want to do is I want to display flex. Flex direction row. Justify content space between. And that should spread them out in their container nice and evenly. Love it. And align items. That's not what I want. So now they're in the middle. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be looking. Neat. So there it is. That's, oh, let's get you guys out of here. I just gotta undo everything I did. All right, get you. Put you back. Okay. So there we go. So that's what the proof is. And now, oh, we got an overflow. Overflow. Where is it? It's up. It's got to be up here. I knew it. I knew I had an overflow. So let's try this. I like to go into Mozilla. Mozilla's got a pretty neat little. They show you where the overflows are. So see, we have overflow on the hero. So if I go to hero, overflow hidden. Does that work? No. So it's got to be this background image. If we get rid of that none, we still, it's not the background image. What is it? What is the issue? And overflow on main. Overflow on main. Everything's overflowing. Let's try this. Let's see if it's something wrong with our HTML. Okay, ignoring that. Okay, we got no missed divs. These are the most irritating problems you will ever run into. Okay, so we got overflow. Do we have, we don't, doesn't appear to be overflow. Well, no. See this line? I think we have an overflow. See, it's supposed to look like this. For some reason, when we get to desktop, see this overflow. Something's happening in small desktop. I can't figure it out. Because I have it taken care of up here on my... Maybe I gotta do overflow Y. So if I go to landing, 1024, hero, overflow Y, hidden, it doesn't solve it. I'm getting an overflow somewhere. Yeah, see that long one right there? That's the overflow. I wonder if it's in the footer. So let's remove the footer. And let's see if we still have this issue. No, see, I don't see that long scroll bar coming. So it's something. So if I remove this, yes. Okay, so it's in the footer. So when I remove the footer, our scroll bar does. Oh, and we gotta fix this. Hello. What is this? This is gonna be strategy. So let's fix this. Oh, that's it. Covers. I didn't have cover done. Now that's fixed. Okay. So, what did I do in the footer? Well, let's just start removing things. So I remove the container. Or if I remove the... Okay, so it's in the container. Let me see. So if I go to the footer, 1024, if I get rid of the container in the footer, display none. it doesn't appear to have, okay, so there's no overflow when I remove the container. So that means when I remove the container and there's no more overflow, it's in the container somewhere. So now I just have to move my way down. So footer top. Is it in the footer top? I got no more overflow. It's nice and seamless. So it's in the footer top. See, I still got this, so it's in the footer top. What is it in the footer top? If I turn off this height, is that the issue? No. If I turn on, oh, max width, is that the issue? No. Is it the height? If I turn off the height, is that the issue? Okay, it might be the height. So if I refresh and I go back to the footer, and if I remove the height, aha, that removed it. Okay, there we go. So we just solved it. For some reason, having this fixed height is causing a horizontal or a vertical scroll issue. So by removing the height on 1024, we've removed, see, now we don't have the double scroll bar. We have removed the overflow issues. So, okay, this is a heck of a problem to run into in an actual build, and be able to show the troubleshooting and how to solve that. So, yeah, I guess this makes it for a better video, right? When you got that drama. We're going to keep that the way it is. It doesn't need to be any bigger. And that doesn't need, I guess we could just let that go. Doesn't need to be any bigger. Oh, we got to get rid of that, and we have to add a hover for that. Oh boy. Okay. Just when you think you're done. So button solid. Here we go. Now I need to do it for this. So this is going to be NavULLI Facebook. Hover. Background is going to be this is primary. Okay. Okay, that turns green, and now we need to turn off that pseudo element. There's that. Except this donate button now. God bless it. This donate's got to have something on it. Alright, where's this at? There you go. Logo group, nav, image. Hover, background. Primary. There it is. Alright, so making sure, let's check that everyone's got hover states. Everything looks fine. Works as it should. Underline, underline, bump, bump. Alright, there we go. Now I think we're done. I think this is desktop. Actually, what are you? Is this even right? 240. That just doesn't seem big enough. Let's go bigger. So let's say on 1500 pixels. Let's make them 350. Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, it's in join. I keep putting it in the hero. Join images, image. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go, because it was on the smaller one. Okay, yeah, I think the bigger was better on this one. And you know what? Let's go the extra mile and right at about 1749. Let's just make this wider. How big do I want it to be? This. Hero background image says 30 view width. 40 view width. Now that way it, shit. Now I got an overflow over here. There you go. Okay, so I had to set overflow. I had to manually set the hero's overflow X to hidden to remove that overflow. There we go. Also, what would it look like if it was fixed? That's not going to work. It was a thought. Okay, so now we got this. I think we did pretty good. No, so nice and simple, but still have enough complicated stuff to give you a couple of headaches, make the website a little interesting. So now we're going to move on to the next section, which will be the About page. And that is going to be, whoops, that's going to be this. So what's nice is I can copy this section from right here. I can copy the rest of this from here. So I copy this. All I'm really doing is making these two. And then I can copy this again from down here, and I just got to add a new form. So yeah, hopefully this goes by a lot easier. We can finish this whole website by tonight, and I'll show you how to add new pages to a static handmade website. So instead of just having, one page, how do you make all these pages work? How do you connect them all? That's pretty easy. So we'll go over that in the next one, and we're just going to do mobile all the way through desktop in one video for these interior pages because it's going to go by pretty fast. So yeah, see you in the next video.